devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So today we are discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, text number 18. You all can repeat after me. Urdhvam gachanti sarvastha satvastha madhye tishtanti rajasa jaganya gunavruttistha adho gachanti tamasa. Urdhvam upwards, gachanti go, satvastha those situated in the mode of goodness, madhye in the middle, tishtanti dwell, rajasa those situated in the mode of passion, jaganya of abominable, guna quality, vrittistha whose occupation, adha down, gachanti go, tamasa persons in the mode of ignorance. Those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go up to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planets, and those in the abominable mode of ignorance go down to the hellish worlds. You all can repeat after me. Those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planets, and those in the abominable mode of ignorance go down to the hellish worlds. Purport. In this verse, the results of actions in the three modes of nature are more explicitly set forth. There is an upper planetary system consisting of heavenly planets where everyone is highly elevated. According to the degree of development of mode of goodness, the living entity can be transferred to various planets in this system. The highest planet is Satyaloka or Brahmaloka, where the prime person of this universe, Lord Brahma, resides. We have seen already that we can hardly calculate the wondrous condition of life in Brahmaloka, but the highest condition of life, the mode of goodness, can bring us to this. The mode of passion is mixed, it is in the middle between the mode of goodness and ignorance. A person is not always pure, but even if he should be purely in the mode of passion, he will simply remain on this earth as a king or a rich man. But because there are mixtures, one can go down, one can also go down. People on this earth in the mode of passion or ignorance cannot forcibly approach the higher planets by mission. In the mode of passion, there is also the chance of becoming mad in the next life. The lowest quality, the mode of ignorance, is described here as abominable. The result of developing ignorance is very, very risky. It is the lowest quality in the material nature. Beneath the human level, there are 8 million species of life: birds, beasts, reptiles, trees, etc. And according to the development of mode of ignorance, people are brought down to these abominable conditions. The word tamasaha is very significant here. Tamasaha indicates those who stay continuously in the mode of ignorance without rising to a higher mode. Their future is very dark. There is an opportunity for men in the modes of ignorance and passion to be elevated to the mode of goodness, and that system is called Krishna consciousness. But one who does not take advantage of this opportunity will certainly continue in the lower modes. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Yuttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitanscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha Krupa sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langaite giram yatkrupatamahamvande Sri Gurum Deenatarinam Sri Chaitanya Ishwar. So this chapter 14 gives everything about the three modes of material nature. Krishna describes how these three modes of material nature in detail affect the human beings. The three modes of material nature is actually manifested, and each one of them has got very unique characteristics. In 14.6, it is explained how goodness actually frees a person from the sinful activities, sinful reactions, and makes him happy. So, a person who is actually situated in the goodness will feel happy because he gets freed from the reactions of sinful actions which he had performed. Whereas the passion, it gives the effect in the human beings as unlimited desires. There is no limit for the desire. And with those unlimited desires, he will be acting to get the result. That is, he will be involved in the fruitive actions. This is explained already in 14.7, and in 14.8 we have seen how ignorance actually leads a person to madness, indolence, that is laziness, and the sleep. As a summary, in 14.9, Krishna explains the effect of three modes of material nature. And in 14.10, Krishna explained that each mode tries to dominate others. One mode tries to defeat the other mode and wants to get situated. The person wants to get situated in that mode, but there is always fight between these three modes. And when a person is totally situated in the mode of goodness, what will actually happen is explained in 14.11. All the gates of the body, 9 gates, eyes, nostrils, ears, etc., they are illuminated by the knowledge. Each gate of the body is illuminated by the knowledge. The eyes, when they see only good things. Even though there are so many bad things, it ignores. Oh, yes. When he sees a person, he doesn't see any bad qualities. He sees only good qualities. All gates of the body is illuminated by the knowledge. In 14.12 we have seen when the passion is there, then it develops the attachment. Intense attachment to the material things. My car, my house, my wife, my children, my attachment. So much of attachment. He will work for them day and night. That is fruitive activities. Work and try to get the result. I want to have 1 bedroom house. I work hard and the result is, yes, I accumulate some money, get 1 bedroom. The desired unlimited desires. 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 1 car, 2 cars, 3 cars, and there is no limit. And there is no limit for working hard and trying to get the result. This is the mode of passion. Intense endeavor. He works hard day and night. I have to get. I am in 1 bedroom accommodation. I have to move to 2 bedroom accommodation. I have seen my people, my friends, they were having 2 bedroom accommodations. I should also have. So, the endeavor, intense endeavor, and the uncontrolled desires and hankering. And in 1413 we have seen the ignorance results in madness. He doesn't understand anything, only enjoyment, doing some gambling, thinking that yes, I get. Foolishness, darkness in his life, illusion. So, these three qualities actually make the person either to elevate himself or to go down. Krishna has explained in chapter 8, Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajachyante kalevaram tam tame veti kaunteya sada tadbhava bhavita. Whatever is situated at the time of death, he will attain that. So, now we have the three modes of material nature. The results of what he is going to get when he is situated in a particular mode is explained further in 14:14 and 14:15. In the goodness, a person when he is situated, he goes to the higher planets where great sages they stay. When the person dies in the mode of passion, he takes birth on this earth, engaged among the fruitive activities. Then the person in the ignorance will take birth in the animal kingdom. 8 million species are there, so one of them. Then again, Krishna explains the result of these three modes of material nature, how they act and what result we are going to get. The mode of goodness will lead to pure and pious activities. So, that will lead to happiness. Whereas the passion always ultimately results in misery. And ignorance ultimately result in foolishness. This we have seen in 14:16, and further in 14:17 we have seen the goodness ultimately lead one to real knowledge, and the passion makes one to greed, and the ignorance, foolishness, madness and illusion. So, here in this verse 18, we are seeing the total result of these three modes of material nature, how a person actually will be affected. So, here we have seen that gradually the person moves forward to the higher planets when he is situated in the mode of goodness. The person who is in the mode of goodness will try to acquire knowledge, and he will try to get the real knowledge, and he will perform the activities according to that. The real knowledge is, I am the servant of Krishna. Jivera Swarupa hai Krishnera Nitya Das. So as he achieves this, he slowly tries to go up. But the thing is, if he goes to higher planets and if he is performing the pious activities and if he actually is not situated fully in Krishna consciousness, he will again come back. Come back to this earth. And those who are in the passion live on the earthly planets, on this earth, continuously endeavoring to fulfill the desires. He will keep on getting the desires, fruitive activities. In simple one word, fruitive activity. Do this, get this, enjoy, and you want to enjoy some more, do this, work, and get the result. So he is always bound in that. Prabhupada explains there is danger. The person who is situated in the passion, he will have mixed feelings, mixed actions of ignorance as well as passion, and when ignorance is more, then he slowly comes down and there is danger that he may go down to the level of animal. So he may get the animal birth after some time. But he has got the chance to get elevated. And the person who is in ignorance, it is the greatest danger. Madness. The person who doesn't understand what is to be done, what is good, what is bad, what is stated in the Shastras, whether I can follow them. If you can follow, okay. If you are unable to follow, at least make attempts to follow. But the person in the ignorance thing, no, these are not the rules to be followed. The rules he himself will make which are against the Shastras. That is madness. He doesn't understand and he is in total darkness. Krishna, after explaining this in 20, Krishna says, when the person transcends these three modes of material nature, then he will come out of the birth and death cycle. The purpose of explaining in detail these three modes of material nature is to make us aware that each one is actually binding us. A person who is in goodness, he may go to higher planets, but Krishna has already explained in chapter 8, Abrahma bhuvana loka punaravartino arjuna mamu petyatu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. Brahma bhuvana loka, up to Brahma loka, wherever you go, you will again come back, and again this cycle is going on. Go and come back. But mamu petyatu kaunteya, oh Arjuna, when you attain me, when you attain Golok Vrindavan, when you attain Vaikuntha Dham, then you will not come back. So an intelligent person should make efforts to go back to Godhead, rather than moving to some higher planets and again coming back. Krishna says that is possible only when we transcend. This we are going to discuss in detail tomorrow. And immediately Arjuna asks, how a person looks like, what will be his behavior, who is actually transcending these three modes of material nature. Krishna explains them in detail, and at the end Krishna says two important texts where Manchayo vyabicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samati chaitan brahma bhoyaya kalpate. One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature, thus comes to the level of Brahman. So Krishna gives all the details about these three modes of material nature. Ultimately say, these three modes of material nature, you clearly examine yourself, and Don't try to get situated in any one of them. You must come out of these three modes. That is only possible when you perform the devotional service, pure devotional service, under all circumstances. You are performing devotional service, there is a big problem you get. Oh, I got the problem, and slowly we start blaming. I am doing the devotional service, I am getting back the problems, I am getting troubles. Krishna says, Mam chayo avyabhicharena, without any deviation, under all circumstances. When the person is performing the devotional activities, then he will come out. That is the only way. Krishna explained in 7:14 this material nature, the Maya, divine energy of mind, is very difficult to come out. But only when you surrender, it is very easy to cross over them. So, Krishna is telling again and again, this is the only way for you to come out of this troublesome, miserable planet of earth. You are situated, you have come to this place, whatever be the reason. Now, your duty is only to come out of this. Otherwise, again and again, taking birth and dying, birth, death, disease and old age. Every life, whether it is human life or an elephant life or a cow life or an owl's life or a bacteria or anything which is termed as living being, it will have this birth, death, disease and old age and disease. Nobody can avoid. So Krishna takes abundant mercy for all the living entities and explain through Arjuna in Srimad Bhagavad Gita that this is the way, this is the only way you can come out of the material modes. Whatever you do, the jnanis, the yogis, they try to control their senses so that they want to get situated only in satoguna and then come out. Controlling the senses is very difficult. Controlling the desires is extremely difficult for anybody, whatever practice anybody is doing, unless he is in Krishna consciousness. So, what actually happens in Krishna consciousness? The person, whatever desires he has got, these desires are for Krishna. These desires, all the desires, are for Krishna, for Krishna's service. When all the desires are for Krishna's service, desires are coming and desires are getting fulfilled, and you in turn enjoy the life. You will be extremely happy that your desires are fulfilled, and Krishna is extremely happy because you are surrendered to him and you perform all activities for Krishna. So, when we are surrendered, then we can achieve this, coming out of the birth and death cycle. Otherwise, we will be getting into misery. Passion will get only, the end result is misery. Accumulate 1 house, 2 house, 3 house, 4 house, and children, okay, educate them, send to America, send to this. You are old, in your old age, oh, nobody is taking care of me. You regret. Ultimately, you have to leave everything and just go. Leave this, all whatever you have accumulated. So, it never gives any happiness. and again in the next birth, again this cycle goes on. So any activities in the passion will give the misery only. And ignorance is this. Gautam Buddha was taking alms, he was taking charity from different people. Only in particular time he takes, particular days. So he declares he is going to take the charity. So all the people, one by one, the great people, they come and give to Buddha. Emperor Ashoka's son, Ajatashatru, he comes with lot of wealth and so many lands as charity to Buddha. He comes. Gautam Buddha was sitting under the tree and he says, okay, give them. He takes. Other big ministers, they come. He says, okay, keep it. Thank you. Keep it. The businessmen come. He says, keep it. One old lady, she came with half pomegranate in her hand. She came very slowly. Buddha gets up and takes with both the hands, please give Mata. She gives the half pomegranate. And she says, hey Bhagavan, I heard about you that you are taking the charity and I already ate half pomegranate. And the remaining half, I immediately thought I should offer to you. And I came here running. When Buddha has taken, got up, went there and took with both the hands, these people were sitting there, they were wondering, how is that? We have given such huge wealth, so many lands, so much of money, and he only said with left hand, keep it here, keep it here. So they could not control themselves and they asked Buddha, kindly explain us how this thing has happened. We have come and given you such valuable things and you have just extended your left hand and said, keep it, keep this here. Whereas this old woman, she came and she herself told that she had brought half-eaten pomegranate, and Bhagavan, you got up and went to her with both the hands and you received it. How is this? Buddha explains, you see, she had given whatever she had got, whereas you have given a very small fraction of what you have. That is the basic difference. So, this is how actually things happen. When we are offering to Krishna, whatever we have, Krishna will return back whatever he wants to give so that we go back to Godhead. If we give fraction of our things, Krishna will give back fraction of a thing. Krishna explains in 4.11, I think, 4.11 only. Ye yadha mam prapadyante tam stadhaiva bhajamyaham. Ye yadha mam prapadyante. The way you surrender, you are surrendered 1%, you get back 1%. You surrender 100%, you get back 100%. Definitely you will get everything. What our nature is, we think we pay 5 rupees, 10 rupees in the hundi we offer and we expect 1,000 rupees back. So this actually is not a full, pure devotional service. When a person is fully surrendered, then we receive back the full mercy and Krishna guides, as explained in the chapter 10, 8 to 11, the Chatusloki Bhagavad Gita. Tesham evanukampartam aham agnanajam tamaha nashayam atmabhavastu gnanadipena vasvata. I sit in the heart of the devotee and I take care to remove the agnana, which is like andhakara, which is the darkness, by taking the torch of light. I take care. So that yena mam upayanti te, so that he will come back to me, back to Godhead. So, if we are sincere and perform the devotional activities, pure devotional activities, we can definitely go back to Godhead. Otherwise, if we are performing mixed ones, then ultimately we remain here. The progress will be slow. We have to remain. We have to remain for quite long time. Whether it is this life or whether it is after 100 lives, 1,000 lives, millions and millions of lives, it is left to us. Whatever time we are having, whatever time left in our life, we should now take care not to commit any sinful activities and carry out the devotional service onto Krishna 100% with 100% dedication. If we are involved in enjoyment of the material things, we will not have the determination. The determination will not be there for those people who try to enjoy the material things. So, it is for our own welfare, for our own benefit, we have to explain to our mind that going after material things will not give us any happiness. This will only lead to the misery. When the same desires are converted as the desires for Krishna, then one by one the things will become clear, Krishna will take care of us and we go back to Godhead. Otherwise, not. So, now to surrender totally onto Krishna, it becomes extremely difficult. Krishna says, if you are surrendering, then you can come out. Now, how to surrender and how to control the senses? It is very difficult. So, in 4:22-39 of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is explained, the simplest process. Yat pada pankaja palasha vilasa bhaktya karmashayam gradita murud gadayanti santa. So, the control of the senses is really difficult. We can only do one thing. Tadvanna rikta matayo yatayopi ruddha sroto ganasta maranam bhaja vasudevam. Just keep on doing the devotional service onto Krishna and Krishna will take care. And He will take care in such a manner, He will create the circumstances in such a manner that the material bonds are cut on its own. The material roots are taken out and we become without any material desires. Whatever desires are there, they will be only for pleasing Krishna. So, we can do the simple activity of doing devotional service onto Krishna. Krishna, as explained earlier, I think we have discussed many times, Krishna is situated in the heart when he knows that the person is performing the devotional service by listening, by doing the kirtan, so Krishna clears the obstructions which are in the path of devotional service. So the devotional service starts with chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra as much as possible, minimum 16 rounds, and following the 4 regulative principles thoroughly. With this, I'll stop here for discussion of some questions. Hare Krishna, please. So, yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
In this material world we have desires. In this material world we have desires. Whether spiritual or material, the desires cannot be stopped. Even though if you want to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. You will be chanting Hare Krishna, but the desires cannot be stopped. So the sincerity of the chanting is there, but the desires are flowing like a river.
Yeah.
It cannot be stopped. So whether spiritual or material, the desires are always there. Now Krishna is always with us. He never leaves any living entity. He is always with each and every living entity. He takes care of the living entity. Now we understand that how Krishna is taking care of each and every one. So we have to always think of Krishna in this manner, that Krishna is always with everyone. Krishna just like never leaves Vrindavan. Krishna never leaves any living entity. Thank you. This is a comment.
Oh, very nice comment you have given. Thank you, Prabhu. Krishna never leaves us. Krishna is always there in every living entity. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smriti gnanam apohanancha. Krishna says in 15:15 that I am situated in everyone's heart. And from me, 3 things are coming. Matta smriti gnana apoha. The memory or remembrance, gnana, the intelligence, and the forgetfulness also. All the 3. So he will give intelligence, he will take care. We have to make our sincere efforts, as he rightly said, always remembering that Krishna is within me. I am unable to see because I am impure, but when I desire to see Krishna, when I want to take darshan of Krishna, definitely we have seen great acharyas, they have taken darshan of Krishna or Radharani here in Vrindavan. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Prabhu, either ask question or give comment.
I see you always give very nicely importance of finishing business.
Please take the mic. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji always remind us the importance of finishing our Krishna consciousness in this life only. He is always like making us aware that we have to finish by chanting very nicely and following all the religious. Thank you very much.
You are so nice. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. You can come forward or there is some. Yeah.
So in this verse it is said that those in passion live on the earthly planets.
Yeah.
But we understand that passion means man is attached to woman, and then we have that 24 hellish planets and man is embracing red hot iron form of a woman. people who want to enjoy sex like that. So passion, that is mode of passion. But here it is saying that mode of passion, they are living on the earthly planets. But mode of passion person will do all kinds of sinful activities.
Yeah.
So he should go to there. If he remains on earthly planet, so earth is still pious, earth is good, better than hellish.
No, the animal life is as good as hellish. They will enjoy the hell and come over here and further, whatever is remaining, they will take the birth of animals if they go down, if they commit more sinful activities. That's what Prabhupada has written. The person who is situated in passion, there is every danger, he will come down. And he may get into ignorance and he has to take birth of animal kingdom. So that risk is always there. If we do not elevate ourselves, the whole purpose of discussion on the modes is to check ourselves, which direction I am. I am having intense desires, uncontrolled desires. Immediately, oh, I am into passion. Chant loudly, chant, go in your room, chant loudly, Krishna, save me. Definitely, you are taking care. So we should, with our intelligence, we should identify which direction I am going. People say, learned people say, this is as per the Shastra, this is what Shastra is saying, and I am totally thinking in indirect, opposite direction. I am in ignorance. I have become mad. I am thinking what I am thinking is right, and I am going against the rules and regulations which are given in the Shastras. What happened to me? Oh Krishna, please help me. So, as we recognize ourselves, where we are, we have to pray back to Krishna. Krishna, help me. Guru, help me. So, Vaishnavas, we have to pray at the lotus feet of Guru, Vaishnavas and Krishna. Definitely we come back. If we don't identify this, then we think what we are doing is right and we are in the exactly opposite direction. So that is the whole purpose. Each mode actually ultimately bind us. That's why Krishna says, you will remain up to Brahma, maximum go up to Brahma Loka and again come back. Unless at the Brahma Loka again, unless you become Krishna consciousness. If you are becoming Krishna consciousness, anywhere that progress will definitely be there. If we forget Krishna, only the problems. If we always remember Krishna, then there is no problem. That's why Prabhupada has made it very simple. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. We definitely go back following the simple rules which Prabhupada had given us. The 4 regulative principles and chanting. Yes, Prabhu, add some comments. Yes, Prabhu, anything else? Any other questions? Yes, Prabhu.
So long as the person is under the influence of modes of material nature, they will not, whether it is a mode of goodness, passion or ignorance, they cannot go to the Golokdhan.
Yes.
Okay. Then the Prabhupada has said actually, you chant all these 60 rounds of this.
Minimum.
Minimum. One can chant more than 16, sometimes 20,
Should.
sometimes 25.
In Vrindavan at least it should be more.
More actually.
Yeah.
So, this is to transcend the mode of this matter nature actually.
Yes. There are 2 things. One is to transcend mode of material nature, surrendering to Krishna. When we surrender to Krishna, modes of material nature.
What is meant by surrendering to Krishna?
Surrendering to Krishna is doing all activities for Krishna.
Surrendering to Krishna means actually this is a misgiving. Those who are following the instruction of the Guru Maharaj, this is the surrendering process. It's not, there is no separate process.
No,
Our
I
Guru Maharaj
hear.
instructed to chant the 16 rounds of
Yeah.
this Hare Krishna Mantra.
Yeah.
Follow the instructions, the 4 principles of revolutions actually.
Yes.
You come to temple, you get up early in the morning,
Correct.
you attend the Mangal Arati,
Yes.
you take prasadam, and you have the access of devotees. All these are processes actually to transcend a mode of material natures.
Correct. What you say is 100% correct, that to make a person aware of what he has to do. The Sharanagati or surrendering is explained in Hari Bhakti Vilasa 11.676. There are 6 parts of surrendering. One is Anukulasya Sankalpa. Whatever you desire should be in line with the desire of Krishna. Anukula. It should be Anukula.
Hare Krishna.
Number 2
One by
is
one.
Pratikulasya, the
One by one.
11.676.
One by one.
I think this we have to see in detail. Hari Bhakti Vilasa 11.676. This is a very detailed analysis is done and it is given. This is the Sharanagati, 6 principles. I will just read. Anukulasya Sankalpa. That is the first one. Pratikulasya Varjanam. Whatever is actually not in line, reject them. Raksha Shishya iti Vishwaso. Total faith that Krishna will protect me. Then, Goptrutve Varanam Thada. Krishna is the maintainer and have total gratitude to Krishna. Whatever is happening, Krishna is taking care of me. I am suffering. Krishna is taking care of me. I might have got bigger suffering. Atma Nikshepa. To see everything as the possession of Krishna. Everything, whatever we possess, belongs to Krishna. Karpanya. Karpanya is humble nature. Not even the pride that I have surrendered to Krishna. These are the 6 things Shadvida Sharanagati. We have to see in detail in Hari Bhakti Vilasa 11.676. Is in short.
Whenever our Guru Maharaj delivers a
Correct.
lecture actually, when we listen actually, he always point out that we should not talk about those things in the devotions which are favorable. Which are not favorable, we should
100%. That's what actually.
repeatedly actually they say like this actually.
Correct.
And all the other points actually you have mentioned actually they also say like this.
Yes.
Because without following these things actually one cannot advance in devotional service.
Exactly. Very nice. Very good discussion.
Other points you have pointed out,
Yeah.
they are already automatically developed actually when you are in the devotional service.
Yeah. These are
You
the.
need not to think actually whether I am to follow these rules or not. Actually, when we are engaged in the devotional service, automatically they are actually
Yeah.
covered.
The thing is, Krishna takes care. When we are in difficulty, the people who are not totally surrendered, they start, oh, I have done so much of service and I am getting this problem. My leg is fractured. Huh? Maybe both legs should have been fractured. Krishna has only done very hairline fracture. And that also we don't want to tolerate. And we start thinking, oh, what is this? I have done. No. I mean, that's what. This
And
comes.
you must have trust and faith on Krishna.
Yeah.
This is
Total
the
faith.
topmost priority actually.
Total faith.
Allah, topmost priority.
Yeah.
This is actually. But the people don't have faith. Today I was in this Mangal Arati.
I think we can cut short this. Any other questions if we have, we can
No,
discuss.
within 1
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah. Please.
Don't cut short.
Please, please. Yeah.
So I need to say, I want to tell the events of today with me. Just actually, when Mangal Arati was going to be started actually, just the put was to be opened actually, I found that my key has been lost. But I thought in my mind, let it be Krishna will do it. I will have a darshan first, then will say. Okay, we have a darshan, I want maybe that's all.
Oh, very nice.
Hare
Very nice experience. So, if
we must have first we must have priority to Krishna.
100%. Yeah. Priority first to Krishna. Good point. Any other thing? Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. Okay. So, thank you very much. If you don't have any other questions, we stop here. भगवद गीता की जय, भगवत वाणी श्री कृष्णा का वाणी, भगवद गीता की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.